Assalamualaikum and good day everyone. We are from Group 6 here to cover the topic of arsenic poisoning in IHS123, toxicology and health effect of hazardous and substance. Here is our team. My name is Adam Nazmi Daniel bin Azrael.
Hello, my name is Muhammad Ishraf bin Rahman.
Hi, my name is Putrihan Shafika binti Farizwan.
My name is Ahmad Mukris bin Azhar. Before we dive deeper, here's a quick overview of what this presentation will cover. We will start with an introduction to toxicants and their general impact. Then, we will look closely at arsenic, its sources, form, and why it's considered so dangerous. After that, I will present a real-world article on fatal arsenic poisoning to understand its implication in real life. We will wrap up with a conclusion summarizing key points, and finally, I will share the reference used in this presentation. Good morning, everyone. Today, I will be introducing the topic of toxicant, focusing on a particularly dangerous one, arsenic. Let's begin. We will answer a basic question. What are toxicants? As Paracelsus, known as the father of toxicology, famously said, "The dose made the poison." This means that any substance can be toxic if taken in excessive amounts. Toxicants are harmful substances that negatively affect living organisms. They can be found almost everywhere, in the air we breathe, the water we drink, the food we eat, and even in household products. One such toxicant that poses serious health risks is arsenic. It is of particular concern due to how widespread it is in the environment and its potential to cause severe health effects.
What is arsenic poisoning? Arsenic poisoning occurs when a person is exposed to high levels of arsenic, a toxic metalloid found in contaminated water, soil, or food. It can be either acute in a short time because of high dose and chronic for a long term. Who is affected? Anyone exposed to arsenic, especially people in rural or industrial areas with contaminated groundwater, are at risk. This includes farmers, miners, industrial workers, and even consumers of certain imported foods or herbal products. Where does exposure happen? Exposure typically occurs in regions with contaminated groundwater, such as parts of Bangladesh, India, China, and even some rural US areas. Industrial zones where arsenic is used or disposed of unsafely are also major sources.
Now back to me. When is arsenic poisoning dangerous? Arsenic, a natural occurring element found in the earth crust, yet one of the most notorious poison in human history. But when exactly does it become dangerous? The answer is immediate in high dose or silently over time in small amounts. Let's break that down. High doses of arsenic, whether they ingested, inhale, or absorb, can cause acute poisoning. This typically happens through contaminated water, food, or occupational exposure in industries like mining or pesticide manufacturing. Symptoms of acute arsenic poisoning appear quickly and can include in 1. Severe abdominal pain, 2. Vomiting, 3. Diarrhea, 4. Muscle cramps, 5. Tingling or numbness in the hands and feet, 6. In extreme cases such as seizure, coma, or even death. Immediate medical attention is crucial in such cases. Without it, Acute arsenic toxicity can be fatal within hours or days. Now, why is this a health concern? Arsenic is a group 1 carcinogen cancer-causing agent classified by the WHO. Long-term exposure increase the risk of lung, bladder, and skin cancer, can also cause neurological, cardiovascular, and respiratory issues. Let me extend that. This low level or long-term exposures may show no symptom at first. However, over the years, the effect can become severe, including skin changes, such as dark patches, thickening, or small growth. Internal organ damages, such as especially the liver, kidney, and lungs. And then there's peripheral neuropathy, numbness or pain in the hands and feet. And there's cardiovascular, diabetes, and lastly, cancer, whether it's on the skin, lungs, bladder, or more. Because of these symptoms often resemblance other health conditions, chronic arsenic poisoning can go undiagnosed for years. So, how can it be prevented? Prevention includes testing water supplies, using arsenic filters, adopting safe agricultural practice, public health education, and regulation of industrial waste. Awareness is crucial for early education, for detection and protection. Now let me break that down. The exposure may come from contaminated groundwaters, a major issue in countries like Bangladesh, India, and parts of Southeast Asia. Secondly, industrial pollution, especially in a mining or smelting operation. Third is certain foods. Rice and seafood can absorb arsenic from the soil and water. Then there's pressure-treated wood, older wood treated with arsenic-based preservation, which is now very uncommon nowadays. And lastly, pesticides and herbicides, especially in agricultural areas using arsenic compounds. Now for prevention. Preventing arsenic poisonings requires a regular testing of drinking water, especially from private wells, switching to safer water source or using arsenic remover filters, monitoring food source such as like washing rice through and diversifying diets, and lastly to observing occupational safety standards in industries involving heavy metals. Governments and health organizations worldwide have set limits for safe arsenic level in a drinking water, typically 10 parts per billion ppb. But even lower levels over time may still be harmful.
So, as you can see, this is an article related to fatal arsenic poisoning. On March 17, 1987, a worker died of arsenic poisoning at Swedish copper smeltery. It happens during the unloaded session when the 25-meter high silo full of crusted arsenic trioxide using explosive. The valve falls onto one of the workers near the open door and buried him alive. He was then rescued by his co-worker later on and proceeded to the medical center for a further treatment, such as British anti-Leucid. It was an injection of British anti-Leucid and promethazine, and of course doxycycline for his vomiting symptoms. Then, however, he was pronounced dead after 6 hours battling with the arsenic in his body. The article just now shows how dangerous this toxicant can be when people are unaware of its presence. Arsenic exposure is often invisible, but its effects are deadly. That's why awareness is so important. When communities understand the risk, they can take steps to protect themselves. Spreading information, encouraging testing, and educating others can make a difference life-saving. Last but not least, this is our reference. The first one is the article and the others is for the picture. That's all from us. Thank you.